So, I never imagined I'd be the one writing a messy breakup post on Reddit. You know, the kind I used to scroll past thinking, thank God that's not me. But here I am. This isn't a throwaway account because, honestly, I don't care who knows anymore. Some of you might think I'm dramatic or even crazy, but I promise, this is 100% real. If anything, I'm toning it down. My hands are still shaking, and it's been days. I'm typing this at my sister's kitchen table because I can't stand being in my apartment right now. Let me jump straight to the chaos that started last month. Peter, my now ex, started acting like I was a ghost in his life. Picture this. He'd sit on his phone, scrolling through random forums about watches and sneakers, ignoring me when I asked if he wanted to grab lunch. I'd say, "Hey, ramen?" And he'd mumble, "I don't know, not hungry." But then he'd go out alone and come back with takeout. At first, I thought he was stressed or burned out. But then came the little comments, things like, "You never let things go, Claire," or "Can you not right now? I just want to relax." They felt like paper cuts, small but sharp. Still, he'd want to cuddle at night or hug me while I made coffee, so I thought, he's just stressed. I'll give him space. Looking back, I should have seen the red flags. He stopped coming to family dinners after my mom called him out for not helping set the table. He sulked the entire night, and after that, he was always busy when we had plans. I defended him like an idiot. He's just tired, I'd say. He's not good with people. Fast forward to last Friday. I went to a ceramics workshop with my best friend, Sophia. We were gone for 3 hours just throwing clay and being messy. When I got home, Peter was sitting in the dark, his face lit only by his phone screen. I said, "Hey," and he replied, "Can we talk?" That tone. You know the one. I sat down, still in my dirty sweatpants, thinking he was joking when he said, "I don't mean to be harsh, but I feel like you're draining me." Who even talks like that outside of a bad YouTube video? But he was dead serious. He rambled about needing freedom and space, and then grabbed his packed duffel bag and left. No hug, no goodbye. Just the door slamming behind him. I sat there numb, waiting for the "I'm sorry" text that never came. The next morning, Sophia called me 3 times. She never calls. "Have you seen Peter's Insta story?" she asked. I hadn't. I was trying to be mature and give him space. She sent me screenshots, and that's when my world imploded. First, a fancy hotel room view, then a dinner table with 2 wine glasses, a steak and dessert, a place he'd never taken me, then a boomerang of someone's hand clinking a glass. I knew that bracelet. It was Gianna's, his ex from 3 years ago. Big, chunky jewelry. She'd plastered it all over her Instagram back then. And then the final blow. A photo of a hotel nightstand with her perfume bottle, that weird crystal-shaped one. I could hear her laughing in the background of the video. That laugh I'd never forget. I texted him immediately. I was furious. "Are you really so pathetic you had to run back to your ex?" I asked. Hours later, he replied with some garbage about needing space and catching up with an old friend. The audacity. I called Veronica, my sister, and she didn't hold back. "Do not let this man play you," she said. "He's deflecting because he knows he's wrong." Later, Vincent, one of Peter's friends who hates drama, slid into my DMs to check on me. That's when it hit me. I wasn't the crazy one. Peter was. This story isn't just about a breakup. It's about realizing someone you trusted can turn into a stranger. And honestly, good riddance. Sparks flew when I spotted Peter at that hotel bar, looking like a kid who'd just pulled off the ultimate heist. Vincent saw it too, whispering, "I didn't want to get involved, but it's not the right look, Claire." I couldn't shake the sting. Nobody wants to pick sides, but it hurt. And yeah, I know how this sounds, like I'm spiraling, but I've got proof. People might say, maybe it was innocent, just friends catching up. But come on. Who checks into a 5-star hotel with their married ex and parades it on Instagram unless they're begging to be seen? I know Gianna. I know Peter. They both thrive on attention. Gianna's always been about being the one who got away, wearing it like a badge. And Peter? He's a magnet for drama, like he's chasing something just out of reach. He once told me he felt destined for more. I think he just loves the chaos. Saturday night, radio silence. Then my mom texts, "Peter coming to dinner Sunday?" I shrug it off. No, he needs space. Cue the mom panic. She calls immediately asking if I'm okay. "I'm fine, just tired," I lie. She offers to come over, but I can't. Not yet. I need to figure this out. "You don't have to put up with this," she says. She's right, but it still stings. By Sunday, I'm fuming. Not because I want him back, I don't, but because I won't let him stomp all over me and play the victim. I clean the apartment, pile his stuff by the door, and text him, "Your stuff is here. Come get it." Hours later, he finally shows up, avoids eye contact, grabs his things, and mutters, "You're being dramatic." I fire back, "No, you're being a coward." He mumbles something under his breath, and when he reaches for his headphones, I shove his arm away. "Don't touch me," he snaps. "Then get out," I reply. Some might say I should have been the bigger person, had a calm conversation. But I'm done tiptoeing around him. I don't owe politeness to someone who treats me like a backup plan. If I'm drained, he can go recharge somewhere else. Now, I'm crashing at Veronica's, camped out on her fold-out couch with her cat, who, by the way, seems to like me more than her. Every time I see Peter's dumb mug or stray sock, it's like salt in the wound. Men and their sock hoarding. What's that about? But it's not the big moments that hurt the most. It's the little things, like opening Veronica's fridge and not having to count eggs for Peter's breakfast, or hide my charger from his endless borrowing. It's the quiet realization that I'm free from the mental gymnastics. Meanwhile, Peter's living his best life, or so his Instagram stories suggest. Hotel rooms, rooftop pools, fancy dinners. And then there's Gianna, red nails, clinking wine glasses in every other story. I checked her old posts. Those nails are her signature. Maybe it's obsessive, but I've got time. Sophia's my sanity check. "Claire, you're not crazy," she assures me. "Men love gaslighting. It's their Olympic sport." Still, even she wonders, "Are you sure it's Gianna? Maybe it's someone new." But then the evidence piles up. Screenshots of hotel views, her bracelet, perfume bottles, and yes, those red nails. It's all public, all for show. That's when I snap. I do some digging. Gianna's husband Curtis is still posting beach pics, tagging her like everything's perfect. If Peter wants drama, he's about to get it. I've got a plan, and this is just the beginning. I remember when we first started dating. She'd comment on his pictures. A few inside jokes, always flirty, but never enough to call her out without sounding paranoid. I used to let it slide, but not anymore. I needed proof, not just for me, but for Curtis to know too. Petty, maybe. But if my relationship's going down in flames, I'm not the only one feeling the burn. I've been the understanding girlfriend for too long. If she wants to play messy, I can play messy too. The problem? I don't know Curtis. Met him once at a group thing. Quiet, polite, not the type to get tangled in drama. So I call Sophia again. "Are you sure you want to do this?" she asks. "Yeah, I'm sure," I tell her. "I just need his contact info." She hesitates, says maybe I should let it go. But I can't. I need to feel like I'm doing something, not just sitting back powerless. Eventually, she caves. "I'll ask around," she says. Then a DM from Vincent, Peter's friend, the one who hates drama, but always ends up in the middle of it. "Saw Peter at the hotel again, this time with Gianna. They were all over each other," he says. "Sorry if this hurts, but you should know." I reply, "Thanks." But I already knew. "Talk to Curtis," he says. "I'm trying," I tell him. "I can give you his email, but don't say it came from me." I sit down at Veronica's table, laptop open, and draft the email. 5 tries later, I hit send. "I'm sorry to send this, but I think you deserve to know," it reads. My hands are shaking, but I do it anyway. 2 days pass. Nothing. Then Peter posts a story. Black background, white text. "Snakes everywhere. Trust no one." I laugh out loud. I know it's about me, which is hilarious because he's the one lying. Veronica says he's just mad I'm not begging for him back. Sophia thinks he loves playing the victim. I say he can keep playing. I'm done being his audience. Finally, Curtis replies, short and hesitant. Are you sure? How do you know it's her? I send more screenshots, old pics from Gianna's account. Same bracelet, same perfume bottle, same nails. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't lie about this, I tell him. He doesn't reply, but his Instagram goes private the next day. Gianna's too. She's hiding, Veronica says. Maybe he confronted her, Sophia suggests. I don't know. I don't care. I did what I had to do. Then Peter calls. Not a text, a call. I let it ring. He calls again. On the third try, I pick up. What the hell are you doing, Claire? He snaps. You're trying to ruin my life. I'm just making sure everyone knows the truth, I say. You didn't have to drag Curtis into this. Maybe you should have thought of that before inviting your married ex to a hotel. He calls me petty, vindictive, crazy. I laugh. Tell him to get his own life together before talking about mine. He hangs up. I feel calm, weirdly calm. I thought I'd feel guilty, but I don't. Veronica says I did the right thing. Sophia thinks he's projecting. Vincent texts me. Peter's freaking out, says you ruined everything. I reply, well. Then Gianna DMs me, a full-on essay, all caps at the start. How dare you, blah blah blah. You're jealous because Peter picked me. I reply, I'm not jealous, I just don't like being lied to. She leaves me on read. Later, I go back to my apartment to grab some clothes. Peter's there, leaning against the door, hands in his pockets, looking like a lost puppy. What do you want? I ask. I just want to talk, he says. Talk then, I tell him. I didn't mean for it to go this far. You mean getting caught? He blames me, says I never listened, that I made him feel trapped, that Gianna understands him in ways I never did. Then go be with her and leave me alone, I say. It's not that simple, he replies. It is for me, I tell him. He calls me cold. I call him honest. I tell him to leave. He slaps the wall and storms off. Veronica texts me. You're a legend, I reply. I just want this to be over. Sophia comes over that night with junk food and wine. We watch dumb reality TV and she makes me promise not to text him. I promise. You're stronger than you think, she says. I just want to be done, I tell her. My mom calls, worried, asks if I need her to come up. I tell her I'm okay. Veronica and Sophia are here. You're allowed to be angry, she says. I know, I reply, and I am, but I'm done letting it control me. I'm asleep on the couch when my phone buzzes me awake. 10 missed calls from Peter. I don't answer. The next day, Vincent texts me. Peter's telling everyone you're crazy and manipulative. My reply? Let him talk. The people who matter know the truth. A few days later, Curtis sends one last email. All it says is, thank you. I appreciate it. So here's where things stand. I don't know what's next, but I'm not backing down. If Peter wants to play games, I'll play harder. I won't let him twist the story and make me the villain. I'm done being understanding. Done letting people walk all over me. If you think I went too far, maybe I did, but I'd do it again. Sometimes, you can only be the bigger person for so long before you realize that survival means getting a little petty. If anything else happens, I'll update you. Second update. I'm back because this story refuses to end. If you're just joining, here's the quick recap. My boyfriend Peter dumped me with a, "You're draining, I want freedom of speech." Then he walked out and immediately started posting Instagram stories from fancy hotels with his married ex, Gianna. When I called him out, he said I was jealous and embarrassing myself. That's when I dug up receipts and sent them to Gianna's husband, Curtis. It was like tossing a grenade into their lives, and mine. And no, I'm not sorry. It all really kicked off 3 days after Curtis's email. I'm staying at Veronica's again. Her cat has claimed my suitcase as its new bed. I'm scrolling through my phone, eating pizza, and ignoring Veronica's attempts to get me to go for a walk. I'm too busy keeping up with the group chats. Sophia's filling me in on the social media drama. Gianna's gone silent on her main account, but her old Instagram is alive and well, posting passive-aggressive quotes about betrayal, snakes, and nosy people. Very 2015 Tumblr, if you ask me. Then Sophia hits me with a curveball. Do you think Curtis actually did something? I don't know, I say. Maybe he's just sitting on it. She shrugs. Men don't act until they see proof. They always want to believe they're in the right. I shrug it off. I gave him everything I had. What happens next isn't my problem. But deep down, I can't stop wondering, what if he ignored it? What if nothing happens, and I started all this for nothing? Later that night, Vincent texts me. No meme, no cat video, just this. I thought you should know. Peter's locked out of the hotel. He's at my place. I stare at my phone. Why is he at your place? Vincent replies, Gianna's husband showed up at the hotel. Huge scene. Security got involved. I wasn't there, he adds, but I heard enough. Peter's blaming you for blowing everything up. Of course he is, I type back. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Veronica overhears from the kitchen. I told you this would get messy. Oh, it'll get messier, I say. She laughs. You know he's going to twist this. Let him try, I reply. The next morning, my phone explodes with notifications. Missed calls from an unknown number, Peter, obviously, since I blocked him after our last screaming match. Voicemails, too. And a flood of DMS from randoms, mutuals, and even people I haven't heard from in years. The story's out. Not just what I did. The whole thing has become the group chat's main event. Someone from Gianna's old friend circle slides into my DMs. Why did you have to ruin her marriage? Delete and block. I don't owe anyone an explanation. I listen to the voicemails. Peter's all over the place, angry, accusing me of sabotage. Then he's whining, saying I always do this. There's a pause, and then he hangs up. I can hear voices in the background. Vincent's probably trying to calm him down. Delete. I'm over it. That afternoon, I head back to my apartment to grab some things. Veronica's place is great, but I need my own clothes, and I miss my espresso machine. The building is eerily quiet, which I don't mind. I'm halfway through packing when I hear a knock at the door. I check the peephole. It's Peter. I hesitate, but he knocks again. I crack the door open. What do you want? Let me in, he says. I just want to talk. Nope, I reply, trying to close the door. He pushes back. I push harder. Stop being childish, he says. I just need my charger. You already took it, I tell him. No, I need the black one, he insists. I sigh, grab the charger, and toss it into the hallway. There. Now leave. He stares at me. You really had to do this, Claire? Do what? Ruin everything like you always do. I didn't ruin anything, I snap. You did that yourself. Don't blame me. He steps closer, so I step out and shut the door behind me. You're not allowed to get away with this, he growls, raising his voice. You're not trying to scare me, I fire back, so don't even try. You think you're so righteous, he sneers, but you're just bitter because Gianna picked me. I laugh. She picked you? Looks like nobody picked anybody. He gets in my face. I shove him back. He stumbles, swears, and storms off down the hallway. I head back inside, slam the door, and call Veronica. He showed up, I tell her. She's furious. If he tries that again, call me. I'll be there, I say. I can handle myself. She leans in, her voice low and urgent. I know, but I'm serious. Don't let him corner you. I won't, I reply, trying to sound confident, but her warning lingers in my mind. Later, Sophia swings by with takeout, and we collapse onto the couch, binge-watching mindless shows and talking about anything but men. She mentions the gossip swirling around her gym about the hotel story. I'm pretending I don't know anything, she says with a smirk. Honestly, it's nice to know people are finally talking about him, not just me, I reply. You know he's going to try to spin it, she warns. Let him, I say, my voice flat. You're colder than I thought, she says, raising an eyebrow. I'm just tired, I shrug, but inside, I feel anything but cold. 2 days pass. A message from Gianna lights up my phone. I hope you're happy this time. Not a rant for once. I don't reply. An email from Curtis pops up next. Just 2 words, "Thank you again." "I'm sorry it had to be me," I reply, knowing he won't write back. Vincent's text is more complicated. Peter is not okay. He's barely sleeping, drinking too much, blaming everyone but himself. "What do you want me to do about it?" I ask. "Nothing," Vincent says. "Just thought you should know. I never liked the way he talked about you anyway." "Thanks for saying so," I reply, surprised. "I should have said something before," he admits. "It's fine," I say, but I can't deny his words sting a little. A few days later, I run into Gianna at the grocery store. She's wearing sunglasses, looking like she just stepped out of a magazine, except for the bags under her eyes. I almost turn away, but she spots me. "You did this on purpose?" she asks, accusation dripping from her voice. "Maybe I did," I reply, keeping my tone even. "You're just jealous because we had something you never understood," she snaps. "Looks like you don't have it anymore," I shoot back. She slaps my arm, not hard but enough to make a scene. The entire aisle turns to stare. I just glare at her until she stalks off, muttering under her breath. I text Veronica. "Guess who I just ran into?" "You have all the luck," she replies, and I can almost hear her laughing. That night, Peter calls again. I don't pick up. His texts are long, rambling rants about how I ruined his life, how he can't escape the judgment. "You did this to yourself, not me," I reply, my patience wearing thin. He calls again, leaves a voicemail of nothing but heavy breathing, then hangs up. I block his number, again. Sophia asks the question I've been avoiding. "Do you ever regret it?" "No," I say firmly. "Not even a bit?" she presses. "Maybe I wish it hadn't been so public, but honestly, I'm glad she got what was coming to her," I admit. "You're savage," she says, shaking her head. "You have no idea," I reply, a small smile tugging at my lips. The next day, Veronica and I pack up the last of Peter's things, shove them into a box, and leave it in the lobby with a note. "Come get it, or it's trash." He texts Veronica, "You're both insane." "Try us," she replies, and he doesn't show up. "You should change your locks," she tells me. "I'm already on it," I say, calling the super, paying the fee, and finally getting new keys. That night, for the first time in weeks, I sleep through the night. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not sorry. I'm not healing or moving on or whatever I'm supposed to say. I'm just trying to get my life back without the chaos. But I know this isn't over. If there's one thing I've learned about Peter, it's that he never lets anything go. And neither do I. Stay tuned. This story isn't done yet. A roller coaster of emotions, messy confrontations, and the ultimate reclaiming of my space. This is my story. It started with socks, a mug I despised, and a deep clean of my space. I threw out leftover oat milk, scrubbed every corner, and changed the sheets. The place felt empty, but strangely mine again. I ordered pizza, put on a podcast, and sat on the floor, a small act of reclaiming my own space. Then came the emails. Who sends emails like that? Subject lines like, "Can we talk?" and "I'm sorry" filled my inbox. One was practically an essay. I wasn't thinking straight. I wanted to feel young again. I never stopped loving you. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, and the classic. I'm not seeing Gianna anymore. She ghosted me. Delete, block, move on. Veronica called it, "He's lonely, reaching out to everyone." Sophia warned me, "He's trying every angle. Guilt, nostalgia, fake self-awareness." Vincent texted, "He's telling people you ruined his life, but no one's buying it." I laughed. What else is new? A random Tuesday, I'm working when I hear a knock. I look through the peephole. Peter. I hesitated, then ignored it. He knocked again. Then a text. "I'm outside. Please, just 5 minutes." I cracked the door open. "What do you want?" He looked desperate. "I just need to talk." "Talk," I said, and he did. Apologies poured out. "I know I screwed up. I lost everything." "That's not my problem," I replied. "You were the only one who ever cared for me. I miss you. I can't sleep. I can't eat. You had a second chance, and a third, and a fourth. He stepped closer. I put my hand on the door, keeping it between us. Stop begging. It's gross. He swore, eyes red like he might cry. Then he reached for my arm. I shoved his hand away. You should leave, I said. I have nowhere to turn, he muttered. That's not my fault, I replied, slamming the door. I texted Veronica. He showed up. Want me to come over? She asked. No, I'm fine, I said. But fine wasn't the word. The messages didn't stop. Voicemails at 2 a.m., texts from new numbers, Facebook requests, all the same. I miss you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Block, block, block. Vincent checked in. He's a ghost in our friend group now. Some people are mad at you, but most are tired of his drama. Sophia nailed it. He's like a broken record. He'll get bored and latch onto someone else. Maybe, I said, but I'm not giving him another chance to make me the villain. At Veronica's dinner, she asked, Do you ever think about forgiving him? Not even a little, I said. Not even for closure? Closure is a scam, I replied. The last time he showed up, I didn't answer. He waited, left a note. I'm sorry. I hope you find someone better. I threw it away. Weeks passed. I wasn't happy, but I felt lighter. I bought a ridiculous plant, watched a terrible show, went to brunch with Sophia. I wasn't healed, but I wasn't angry anymore, mostly tired and proud. So, if you're reading this and wondering if it's worth it to walk away, I don't know. Maybe not always. But sometimes when someone spends months making you feel small, the first thing you can do is show them you're not. And then you walk away. End of saga.